This video is about CELPIP speaking task 3. I'll tell you something most CELPIP candidates never realize. Task 3 is not about describing a picture. It's about proving you can observe like a human being. Most people they describe what's visible, but high scorers describe what's invisible. Wait, what do you mean by invisible? You have a doubt, right? That means intentions, relationships, micro clues, subtle tension, social dynamics. That's what examiners are secretly listening for. Got it? So let's break into our new strategy, the invisible story method. This is not foreground, background. This is even more deeper. It has four hidden layers. Okay, so let's get into the layers one by one. The first one is the relationship lens. Instead of saying what people are doing, you have to ask who knows who was comfortable, who was awkward, who was leading, who was following. Here you are analyzing the social roles. Got it? And the second lens is intention lens. Now, in this lens, you have to ask yourself, why are they doing this? What were they doing before this moment? What are they trying to achieve? This creates a depth, okay? And the third lens is tension scale. This is the third layer, okay? Every picture has a tension level. Maybe it's calm or slightly awkward or competitive, busy, stressful, joyful, so much, right? So, your job is to describe that energy. Examiners love emotional intelligence. Got it? And the fourth layer is continuity thread. Instead of random details, scattering all around, you have to connect everything like this way. What is the action that tends to the purpose, then that tends to feeling, and then likely continuation. That's we call it as advanced fluency. Now, how are you going to apply it in step by step? In your 30 seconds, do not list objects, okay? Don't list what are the objects or the important characters. No. Instead, you have to ask what's the main relationship here? What's the purpose of that moment? What emotion is strongest? What will naturally flow? Now, let me show you something. This is a task. You have to observe this picture and describe the picture. What do you think is happening? Try to include as many details as possible. Once you are done, you can just come back to the video, but now you can pause it and try to recollect the details as much as possible. Okay, remember the things that we have discussed, the lens, the layers. Okay, now I'll give my response here. Looking at this picture, it seems like two women are sitting inside a cafe on a rainy afternoon. What immediately stands out to me is the contrast in their body language. The woman on the left is leaning forward with her hands clasped together, almost as if she's explaining something important or trying to convince the other person of something. In contrast, the woman on the right appears distracted because she is looking down at her phone instead of making eye contact. There is a laptop open on the table, but it doesn't look like either of them is using it at the moment. This makes me think they might have originally planned to work together, possibly on a project or assignment, but something has shifted the focus of their conversation. The half finished coffee cup suggests they have been sitting there for a while, which could mean the discussion has been ongoing and perhaps even serious. The rainy weather outside adds a slightly heavy or reflective atmosphere to the scene. Overall, I get the impression that this could be a tense or emotional conversation rather than a casual meeting. It feels like one person is more invested in the discussion while the other may be preoccupied or uncertain. I'll tell you why this will work strategically. Okay? Notice what I didn't do. I didn't say there is a table, there is a coffee, there is a rain. No, that's a beginner level, right? Instead, I have analyzed relationship imbalance. One leaning forward, one get distracted, right? And I also infer the purpose. Originally planned work session. Got it? And I noticed unused object which is the laptop. So here when it comes to self speaking task 3, unused objects are gold. If something is present but inactive, try to mention that. It creates sophistication. Got it? And I also described emotional tone. I mentioned tense, serious, reflective, which shows emotional vocabulary range. Got it?